By the way, here's my card. And a magnet. Everyone loves magnets.
So
Tell me what's going on.
I have a tenant. She rents a studio. I don't know if my wife and her were sharing at the same time, but I lost everything. That code 56 flashed. That's my
Indirect. Yeah, let's see what you have. Error 56 on the boiler.
and that's when I found you. I feel like I'm meeting a movie star. So you were actually the first video that popped up.
Yeah, I am.
And I kept watching, and then all I did was I just reset this and I moved, and it went back on, and it hasn't done it since. It was flashing 56. I reset this. All I did was turn it, close it, and it went back on again.
Smart.
And hasn't done anything since.
Yeah. It'll do that eventually in the future.
I'm sure.
A couple things you could do in the interim before you replace it. Keep it into manual open position.
Okay.
The damper. You know, every time that the boiler turns on,
Yeah.
if it's set to automatic, it's going to open and close. So less wear and tear on that. That's probably the original damper of the boiler. The boiler's probably 12 years old, probably at least. Maybe
Well,
even
this
older.
was
Maybe in the 2000s, 2008.
This is an 8, I believe. So what happened was, I ended up getting divorced. This boiler I bought off a guy that was down in Oceanside, and we replaced all his heating system. So I got this for his steel. He was only in his house for 6 months before his insurance money came in.
2012.
2012.
Yeah.
And replaced, yeah, that was Sandy.
When's the last time it was serviced?
It's been 5 years or so.
Never a combustion test, though. Nope. Okay. So what would you like me to do for you? All right, we got this U.S. boiler, Burnham Series 2. I'm going to guess it's a 205? Yep. Manufacture date, November 2012. 130,000 BTU gross input gas-fired boiler. A little dirty here. Also got the indirect water heater, HTP. I wonder what those anode rods look like. So, customer's original complaint, the automatic vent damper. He needed to play with that. A little shaft right there to make the error 56 on there go away. And once he gave that little nudge, the end switch cooperated and got the system up and running. We have 4 hydronic zones. One's the domestic hot water, living room, and 2 other zones. One looks like it goes to the basement, and this one probably goes somewhere. Here, nice use of unistrut, aka Kindorf, with some angle brackets, holding up the 4 check valves. One's chattering. Or is that just vibration? It's that one. A little chattering on that check valve right there. Check valves are installed on hydronic heating systems when there's more than one zone to prevent reverse flow on a zone. So if there was no check valves here, if one zone was on, all the other zones are going to heat up. All right, Derek, maintenance time. Shut her down, pull the burners out, we'll wipe this bad boy down, and we'll do a combustion test for the first time of its life. Make sure this is correct. Where is it? 30 psi. Perfect. We have a low water cutoff that's not connected to anything. Look at that.
I never got it.
It was. Oh, look. No, something. It was wired at one point, probably.
You guys can open that window if you want.
Nah, we're good.
I think it's stuck.
I mean, it's stuck. You're gonna burn your hands like that. Yeah, you think you're Superman, don't you? Oh, Derek. You know, I say this over and over and over again, but a good technician is observant of their surroundings, Derek. Look at that shipping screw that's still sitting there. See that? Psst, Derek. Man, just when I thought that you were starting to overcome your Derek. Okay. The piece of refractory from inside the combustion chamber is no longer there. All right, Derek. You slide over. I'm going to take a peek in there. All right, let's take a peek after removing the pilot tubing. I want to see what's going on in here a little bit better. Something is up because we have that piece of refractory out of the boiler. Let's see what we got in there. Just a lot of dirt. Yeah, the back refractory is cracked. All right, there it is. Right there. Everything else looks okay. Just that piece right there. All right, let's just clean the intermittent pilot burner assembly. If this doesn't sense good flame current, you will have a lack of heat because you'll have no heat because it won't sense that pilot flame because if it's dirty. So use a wire brush, clean that off, and while you're there, also clean the slats in the burner, brush everything down. Good. How the hell there are leaves in here? This is being stubborn, and I don't want to cross thread it. Alright, hopefully we're good. Alright, we lubricated and cleaned and vacuumed the entire combustion chamber, all the burners. Derek sprayed them all down with WD-40, then gave me a good little wiping. He's going to put all those burners back in, and then we will clean the exterior of the boiler. Alright, all the burners are back into position. Just fired up the power. Also wiped everything down with a lubricated rag saturated with WD-40. Looking good. We got zone 1 calling. STA1, we're at temperature of 138, set point of 190. TT is on. In a few moments, that damper is going to open. The end switch, you know, the mechanical switch inside of it's going to prove to the rest of the safety circuit that it's closed and the damper is open. And as long as our rollout switch and our spill switch and any other safety sensor like a low and a cutoff are also closed, we'll have ignition. So right now we have ignition. Let's just pull one of the wires, making sure that our safety circuit is working. The damper started to close, but immediately the gas valve turned off. It's going to now pause and restart the process. And then we're going to pull out the blocked vent switch or the spill switch, also proving that its safety circuit is intact. Open. Tick, 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 tick. Wait for that main ignition. Pull. Turned off. Damper closes. Let's reconnect that. We'll make note on our service ticket that the 24-volt low water cutoff is not connected, probably because it died. Probably. Derek's now going to drill a hole 6 inches off the top of the boiler.
Yeah.
And now for the first time in the history of the boiler, this boiler will have a combustion analysis performed. Everyone else was just guessing. We don't guess, we test. All right, we just finished a combustion analysis. Let me show you the results of that. 409 stack temperature, 6% oxygen, 47 of carbon monoxide, gross efficiency 82.3, and CO2 at 8.35%. Draft is negative at 12/10,000 inches of negative water column. We're now going to check our incoming inlet gas pressure and outlet gas pressure on the manifold side, making sure that the max pressure of inlet is 14 inches and then the minimum, which is 4.5 to operate, and the manifold pressure is 3.5 exactly. So let's kill gas. Let's remove that plug on the inlet side of the gas valve. Don't lose that plug. We're going to spin on this brass adapter with the barb fitting on one end. We're using the field piece, also known as Fisher Price, the SDMN5, only because these come with that. So let's hook you up right there. Let's turn on the gas pressure. And we have, wow, with a lot of pressure, 9.8 inches. Oh, slowly dropping. Why does that keep dropping? Oh, just fell out of there. See, uncut, unedited, raw. Just waiting for that to stabilize. 8.17 inches, 8.16, 8.14. Wow, still dropping. What do you guess, folks? Maybe 8 inches, or is it going to keep dropping? .08. And it looks like it's going back up again. All right, so let's put that plug back in. 8.08 inches. So 8.1 inches of water column, which is well within that range of 4.5 minimum to 14 max. Now let's take out the outlet side. All about the leverage. All about the leverage. Okay. And now we've got to wait for a call for heat. No, we're good.
Sure.
Yeah, if you want to turn on another zone, that would be great. Just want this thing to kick back on again for a minute. All right, let's zero that out. Wait for the boiler fire up. We had the homeowner turn on another zone so we can dump this heat. Let's go back to we're at 182. So it'll be a little while before this thing kicks back on. It's got to dump that heat. All right, boiler temperature is 172, 170 and dropping. The vent damper just kicked on. And in a few minutes, we will see, a few moments actually, we will see what our manifold gas pressure is. There's the tick, 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 tick. It helps to have the gas open. All right, pilot flame lit up. And we have first stage opening. We're at 0.9, 1 inch, 1.3, 2.7, 3.8, 3.6, 3.65, 3.59. So we're good. 3.5, 3.6 inches of water column on our manifold side or outlet side of the gas valve. If that is off, that's going to throw off our combustion readings. And then you'll have to retest if you make an adjustment to the gas pressure on the gas valve. But we are within specification, you know, 3.5, 3.6. It's not dropping below 3.5, so we're good, and it's not going above 3.6. So I'm quite happy with that. Let's kill the gas. It's going to sense no pilot flame, so we did the last test of this boiler. That it sensed no ignition, no flame, so the boiler turned off. It's trying to recycle, and we'll make this nice and tight. Here we go. Beautiful. All right. There's our QR code. There's our combustion test results. Valve tag on the boiler water supply and gas for the boiler. 4 circulators. Low water cutoff, not wired. Tridicator gauge, not really that accurate. We're at 15 psi, which is what the tank pressure tested at. GVD6 automatic vent damper, the spill switch, 30 psi relief valve, 4-zone SR504 switching relay, dual valve, pressure reducing valve, and another relief valve there. That's not needed. Air scoop, automatic air vent, check valves, all 3/4 checks by Watts. Supply leaving with 1.25 inch. We're pumping back, so the pumps in return, and they're ideally on the supply side. I always want to pump away. A few drains, and there, and the indirect. SSU 45.